in the state of New Hampshire. At that point, we'll see if we can make a projection or not. But we're getting some official votes already in very, very early in the process. Only 1% of the precincts have now reported in much of the state. The polls closed at 7 p.m. Eastern. Right now, Mitt Romney ahead with 38%. Ron Paul second, 23%. John Huntsman, 16%. Newt Gingrich, 12%. Rick Santorum, 10%. Rick Perry, 0%. He got 5 votes. But remember, this is very, very early. Only 1% of the precincts have reported. We're going to get a bunch more. That's coming in very quickly. But we got exit poll data coming in as well. Aaron and Gloria are here for that. What are we learning? All
right, we're learning a lot. We've got a lot of categories that we're going to break down through the night, but one thing we wanted to highlight is independence. We've talked about how important this is for the election overall, and in particular for a very independent-minded state like New Hampshire. Vote by party ID. This is what you've seen today because it's an open primary. 4% Democrat, 49% Republican, and we're going to talk about where those votes are going in a moment. But 47% of the people voting today classify themselves as independent. So let's show you how they're going. Flickaroony.
First flick of the night.
First flick of the night.
Okay.
All right, and here we go. And this is pretty amazing. Dead heat here in terms of how independents are going between Paul and Romney, and Huntsman nipping at their heels.
You know, this is really good news for Huntsman because this is the real audience that he was aiming at.
Right.
And this is also very good news for Ron Paul. Now, in 2008, Mitt Romney got 27% of independents. John McCain got 40% of independents.
That's right.
But this shows you that it could be a very, very good night for Paul and Huntsman in addition to Romney, if you assume Romney's going to win the primary.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting, too, Wolf. One thing that we're going to look at as the night goes on is when we find out how people cast their vote, would they be extremely dissatisfied with other candidates getting the nomination or not? Which is interesting when it comes to the electability question as well. So we'll break it down that way, too.
These exit polls are great, and we're going to get a lot more information from both of you guys. Thanks very much. Joe Johns is over at Newt Gingrich headquarters. Gary Tuchman is over at Rick Santorum headquarters. Joe, first to you. I see, what is that, Tuxedo Junction music behind you. Are they getting ready for a little rock and roll? Yeah. What's going on?
Well, that's for sure. This is the ballroom of the Radisson Hotel in Manchester. Of course, this is a stop on the tour for very many presidential campaigns, some perhaps on the way to the White House. We wanted to give you just a look at some of the retail politicking that's going on here close up. We have a table I want to show you as people start to trickle into Newt Gingrich headquarters. Even before he gets here, a whole group of people. I just wanted to go around the table and talk to you a little bit about who you voted for today. What's your name?
Yeah, Fred Anderson.
Fred, who'd you vote for?
For John Huntsman.
Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Mitt Romney.
What's your name?
Fred Burt.
What's your name?
Natalie Labby.
Who'd you vote for, Natalie?
Newt.
You voted for Newt Gingrich. Okay, so...
Great, yes.
So you're the person who's here in the room to see the guy
I'm here, yes.
And what's your name?
I'm John Labby. I voted for Barack Obama.
Oh, so you're married to her. She voted for Newt Gingrich. You voted for Barack Obama.
That's right.
So how's that working out at home?
48 years, I guess it'll work.
That's good. What's your name?
Well, I'm Jack Porter from Massachusetts. And if I could have voted, I would have voted for Obama. But I came here, anybody but Romney. That's what I am. You know?
Yeah, I've met a number of folks like you, and it's sort of everybody's kind of independent. Isn't that true, right?
I don't know what Romney did in Massachusetts, and so we know who he is.
So are you all going to stick around to see Newt Gingrich this evening?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, actually, so we might as well be here.
Right. Well, so as you can see, a wide-ranging number of opinions with the polls today, I'm sorry, Wolf. Interesting to see all of this turns out.
Let me know if the music starts over there. We're ready for a little rock and roll here at the CNN Election Center. Joe, thank you. Gary Tuchman is over at Rick Santorum headquarters. I don't see any rock and roll bands over there, Gary.
Well, we have lots of music playing, Wolf. As a matter of fact, just a few minutes ago on the speaker system, we heard Get Up, Stand Up by Peter Tosh. That's a liberal anthem, and it seemed a little incongruous being here at Rick Santorum's headquarters, who arguably is the most conservative man in the race. But so far, he's not here. He's expected at this country club in Manchester, New Hampshire, in about 15 minutes. He'll be speaking up here. And what we're noticing over the last several years, and Candy and Dana touched on this before, is the downsizing of ballrooms. You can take a look. This is a very tight room right here. It's basically the size of 3 tennis courts. This is the press who's here. television press, the radio press, the newspaper press. People are just starting to trickle in, and we expect the candidate who surprised so many in Iowa to be arriving in about 15 minutes. Not sure when he's going to speak just yet.
We're going to anxiously get the votes, get the results, then we'll hear from all of the candidates. We're going to hear what they have to say. All right, guys, thanks very much. We're getting some more votes coming in. 2% of the precincts have 3%. It just went up to 3%. Here's what we know right now. These are official votes. 37% for Mitt Romney, almost 3,000 votes. 24% for Ron Paul, almost 2,000. 15% for John Huntsman. 11% for Newt Gingrich. Let's take a look. Rick Santorum also at 11%, just slightly behind Newt Gingrich. Rick Perry not doing so well, only 1%. But this is, as I say, very early, only 3%. And you can see what's going on. Anderson, the results, they're going to be coming in a lot more quickly within the coming minutes. I would say over the next half hour, 45 minutes, we'll get a lot more of the official votes. And we're waiting for the top of the hour to see when all of the polls are closed, Anderson, in New Hampshire, if we'll be able to make any projections over there. Anderson?
Well, thanks very much. Candy Crowley is at Romney headquarters. Let's go to her now. Candy, very important to watch the percentage of independents who are coming out to vote. In 2008, some 37% of the voters were independent. From the exit polls we're seeing, it looks like that the number may be higher. That could be significant tonight.
It absolutely can. I brought my own little brain trust here in New Hampshire to kind of try to parse this for us. It does look like there's a heavy indie vote here tonight. Mary Madeline, let's start with you. Who does that, I mean, you know, off the top of my head, I'm thinking, oh, Ron Paul. But there's other factors here.
There's no such thing, or there's only 7% of independents are really independents. You've got to push the lean. So here you've got different kind of independents. They either lean libertarian or they lean to fiscal conservative and social liberal, that kind of different kind of, every state is unique. What I think is interesting about this state, Mitt Romney is the first Republican to win both these states. The only candidates who had previously won both these states have been campaigns that Donna Brazile ran twice, and he's not going to get, if these numbers hold, he'll be doing fine. But this is not dispositive, nor was Iowa. So everybody, I know we're all talking about South Carolina, might be a little premature. I'm just saying for the first Republican who's ever won both these states and all the different cohorts in all the states, it's not adding up to enough to push the coronation.
Hi, John. John Amlin.
You're a 7%er.
It's not a 7%er. It's a 40%er. You know, in Gallup poll, 40% of Americans now independent. In New Hampshire, it's 42%, and we're seeing independents now, if the exit polls are correct or what, you know, being projected, almost 50% of the turnout. That's a big deal. And what you're seeing in the field is a split. There are fault lines inside the independent movement. You've got libertarian conservatives who are more naturally trend towards Ron Paul, and you have centrist independents who are frustrated with the hyperpartisanship in Washington. Their candidate might more logically be John Huntsman. And then you're going to have some folks who are just disaffected former Northeast Republicans. They might be, you know, a jump ball between Huntsman and Romney.
Well, first of all, I think the independents tonight are voting their conscience. They're voting for a candidate they hope can carry not only their campaign slogans, but carry out their agenda this year. They supported President Obama in 2008. Tonight, they're going to probably split their vote among several of the candidates. But I want to pick up on what Mary said about the importance of winning both Iowa and New Hampshire. You will receive, I mean, if Mitt Romney wins tonight, and he's expected to win, he will receive a lot of momentum going into the next few contests.
Donna, John, Mary, stick with me. From the Brain Trust here in New Hampshire, back to you, Wolf.
Actually, I'll take it, Candy. The last polling place is closed at the top of the hour. Who's going to come in first, second, third, even fourth tonight? All of it is important. We're constantly updating the results at the bottom of your screen, and we're tracking the ballots after they're cast. Could there be another Iowa-like mix-up? Well, let's hope not. We'll find out. Be right back.
CNN's coverage of the New Hampshire primary is sponsored by AT&T. Get it faster with 4G. Rethink possible. And by coal, the source of nearly half of our electricity. It is America's power. Go to CNN.com/election for trending political stories and the latest news on the campaigns.
Hello, Todd. Just calling to let you know I'm giving you the silent treatment.
So you're calling to tell me you're giving me the silent treatment?
Yeah.
Jen, this is like the 8th time you've called.
No, it's fine. My family has free unlimited mobile to any mobile minutes from AT&T, so I can call all I want.
I don't think you understand how the silent treatment works. Hello?
Buy unlimited messaging and get free unlimited calling to any U.S. mobile on any network. AT&T.
Our economy, our workforce, we've all taken some big hits. But this is America. With more energy from coal, the fuel that supplies nearly half our electricity affordably, we'll keep energy costs in check, jobs in America, and together we will power the next great comeback. Clean coal, that's America's power.
Okay, who gets occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, or bloating? Get ahead of it. One Phillips Colon Health Probiotic Cap a day helps defend against digestive issues with 3 strains of good bacteria.
Hit me!
Live the regular life. Phillips.
I believe that the presidency is a management position.
It's time to stop spending.
Guys, you need a plan for running the country.
I'm going to vote based on the issues.
I have twice been laid off. I'm ready to go back to work.
Secrets of the Obama Marriage, the controversial new book about the first family. Wait till you see the Piers Morgan interview with author Jodi Kantor. Thursday night, 9 Eastern.
I love my pets, and I would do anything for them. But that doesn't mean I have to overpay for their medications. That's why I always order from 1-800-PET-MEDS. They carry the products that protect my pets from fleas, ticks, and heartworms for less. I get the same exact brand name meds as the vet, and shipping is fast and free. Plus, they add a special treat for my pets. I get everything I need at 1-800-PET-MEDS.
Call 1-800-PET-MEDS or visit 1-800-PETMEDS.com.
Here at the Charter International Dateline facility, scientists have 1 foot in today and 1 foot literally in tomorrow to bring Charter customers the latest thing. Oh, it's Casual Friday over here. Like switching your phone service from AT&T, Verizon, or CenturyLink, Charter guarantees to cut your phone bill in half. Speaking of cutting things in half, where's the rest of those pants?
The Southern Republican presidential debate, CNN, January 19th, 8 p.m. Eastern.
It's only 20 minutes until the top of the hour. That's when all the polls in New Hampshire will be closed. We'll see what's going on at that point, whether or not we can make a projection. We do have a lot of the polls in New Hampshire already closed. In fact, most of them, and the numbers are beginning to come in. Let's tell you what we have as of right now. Let's put it up. 4% of the precincts have now officially reported Mitt Romney maintaining his lead with 37%, almost 5,000 votes. Ron Paul coming in second with 24%, 3,100 votes. John Huntsman third, 14%, 1,890 votes. Newt Gingrich with 12%, 1,500 votes. Rick Santorum, 10%, 1,300 votes. Rick Perry, only 1%, 87 votes. Dan Lothian is in Chichester at a polling station watching what's going on. What's going on right now? Are they counting votes? What are they doing?
Verify that that's correct. Okay, so what they've done now, Wolf, is they've separated all of the ballots here by candidates. They haven't actually started counting each one of the ballots to say, here's how many you have for Mitt Romney or for Newt Gingrich. They're pretty much putting them in stacks, separating them so they can then begin counting them. So you see all the pink ones here again, just as a reminder, these are the Republicans that we're talking about. And then over here, the smallest stack that you see, these are the Democrats. Over here to the right, another stack of Republicans. So in a short while here, just a few minutes, they will actually start putting them together for all the different candidates and then counting them. Now, you might be wondering at home why it is that we have all this modern technology of machines and they are counting by hand here in this town, as other small towns as well are doing. The reason is because, first of all, no one's protested. They like doing it that way. And secondly, because they see this as a chance for the community to get together. It's kind of a social event. So they plan to continue counting by hand for quite a number of years to come, Wolf.
I love the old-fashioned way. It's safe, it's secure, no glitches. Let's hope it stays like that. Dan, thank you. Let's go over to John King at the Magic Wall for us. We're getting these official numbers already coming in. Only 5% of the precincts have reported. But are we seeing any trends in some southern part of the state, northern part of the state? What are we seeing?
Some of what we're seeing, Wolf, is important. I just want to point out Dixville, Nod, Charts location, they voted last night at midnight. Mitt Romney had a tiny lead out of there. Just to say how tiny. This was a tie. Huntsman 2, Romney 2. So the northern part of the state, remember, not many people live up here, a lot of counties. But what is significant, look down here. Manchester County is the largest county in the state, almost 9% of the population. About 75% of the precincts, that's not the vote, it's the precincts, but 75% of the precincts already in Manchester. They count fast.